now.
Yeah, basically.
So the big theme from our trip was adaptability. I mean, in every way, shape, and form. So right now we're being adaptive.
All right. So yeah, our trip was about ableism. Basically, ableism, like any type of ism, can be a way to segregate people based on anything really. Ableism is more about physical disabilities and things like that. So as you guys know, or may have heard, we helped to carry Jackie throughout part of the Appalachian Trail. And this is Jackie. Say hi.
Hello, and this is Saint, my service dog.
We love Saint. She was so great the whole time.
Notice she didn't say she loved Jackie.
We love Jackie too. Also, it's a little bit harder because I did carry her on my back, but I mean.
Yeah.
Saint too.
So we carried Jackie on a harness on our backs individually, and while we weren't carrying Jackie, we also carried our own gear, and we camped out every night for 5 nights.
And her harness was like adjustable and stuff, so we would normally do like 10 minutes. I started out at 5 because I couldn't carry her for as long, but these guys all did 10 and sometimes longer, and eventually I worked my way up to like 7. It was a goal. And then we would switch like every 7 minutes or so, and each time we all worked as like a team. So there would be one person carrying Jackie, and she would be like strapped on your back, and then we would have 2 people on the sides that would hold her, and 1 person on the back that would hold her, and this person would slip out, and the next person, because we had a round, so the next person whose turn it was would slip back in, and then I would like turn around and help them adjust the harness and that sort of stuff. So eventually we had like a circuit, so it would be me, and then Sean, and then Jimmy, Brad, and Philip. So we were just kind of like in a nice rotation, so it was like every 50 minutes or something, or every 40 minutes you would carry, but it was just like in 50-minute increments and that sort of stuff. So we definitely had to work as a team, but it was really fun.
There would also be someone in the front at all times just to make sure that if they need to be able to get their hand held to be able to go across a certain lane, or just make sure that they don't fall on purpose.
Yeah.
I accidentally almost tripped out. I had sticks in my hand so I wouldn't fell, and Lindsay almost fell one time.
Oh, I almost fell like 5 times, like solid, like a lot. But it was really good, and the fun thing about it too was whenever we're hiking on the trail, it's definitely much more of a community atmosphere. And so like a lot of the hikers would all just help each other, and it was really fun. Like everybody had trail names and this sort of stuff, so it was just definitely a community atmosphere. And we would have different hikers that weren't even with us, and they would volunteer to carry Jackie for like 10 minutes, which was really cool because it's like then you're telling them about your cause, and they're like offering to help even if it's just for like a short amount of time. And they didn't realize, but if they carried Jackie for 10 minutes, it helped us out so much. Like it was just like a nice break. I think I like went 20 minutes or something without carrying, or 20 minutes without a pack, and then that was amazing. I was like, I'm feeling great right now. And then yeah, all of us had trail names and that sort of stuff too, which definitely like brought us all a little bit closer. We had Brad was 3B because of his name.
Brad Bradley.
Yeah. And then Jimmy was Spitter or Gold Member.
Gold member, because at the second night when I was trying to help get like logistics stuff that we were going through, I was trying to reach out for a branch and accidentally put my pants right in the middle, and it gets so bad where I had to put duct tape over it, and it was gold. So
He had to like gold. It was really funny. It was good. And then Philip here was Philbo. I like to call him Philbo Baggins because it felt like we were going on Lord of the Rings or something. I was like, yeah, he's a little bit short. So we would call him Philbo Baggins. So it was a good time.
That's Screech, by the way.
I was Screech because I'm the only girl and my voice is real high. So that's how it goes.
So our cause was for Beyond Limits, which is Jackie's nonprofit organization. So if you want to visit the website, it's beyondlimitsawaken.org. She has a great cause, so if you ever want to get involved to help carry or do anything, just let us know. We want to do a group again.
Yeah.
We would love to go in the summer and do some more hiking. If we can get a couple more people, it would really help us out a lot. So we did have some key moments on the trip.
I'm just saying, are there more slides?
We
yeah.
have some pictures.
We do have pictures.
So these are our moments.
This is when we got to the top of Springer Mountain, which was the very beginning, and people even then said that we couldn't do it, and we went all the way up and came all the way back down. It was pretty great. That's when it hit us real hard, how heavy everything was, including the packs, not just Jackie. So that was our first time. Where was this? I don't even know, but that was hiking.
that was about the third day.
Oh, and we're all wearing these Campmore t-shirts. because Cameron gave us a whole bunch of food, like these mountain house things, and all you had to do was pour water in it, and then or pour hot water in it, like boiling water or something, and then you just like let it sit and then eat it. And so we had so much Camp Warm food. Like they gave us like, what was it, like $1,000 worth? And by the second day, I was just like, I'm not eating that. I was so
I thought it was great. I don't know what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
Brad loved it.
It was
I
all good.
wasn't into
Any
it.
food was good.
But they had us wear their t-shirts and like take pictures in them because apparently we're sponsor worthy. That's another day.
This was near the end, actually. This was our last summit, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah.
And of course, Sean was the one who always got to be the cool
He
one.
was always in the photo ops. Like, we don't know how it happened, but the rounds, it would go in the round, and there'd always be, like, whenever it was time to take a picture, it was his turn carrying, and we were just like, why don't we get a turn, like, taking the picture?
Quality
with Jack?
leadership.
Apparently, like, somehow it always worked out how whenever it was picture time, Sean was carrying. And we
You
were
can
just like,
kind
how
of
did that
see how
happen?
stuffed our packs are here, too.
Yeah, they're so heavy.
Like, Hopper, basically our trail guide back there,
Sorry.
was helping carry some of Jackie's gear as well. I mean, we're packed to the brim, and our extra clothes are like hung on the outside of the bag
Yeah.
and stuff.
It was
awesome.
crazy.
I think the
And this is like a camping site or something like that. It was really rainy and cold. So I learned that even when it's cold, like if it's not raining or anything, you still wear your rain jacket. I didn't realize that was a thing, but apparently you do.
It's our Camp Warm food.
Yeah, that's like a whole bunch of Camp Warm food right there. And we're like setting up the stove. I learned how to make like boil water in the wilderness. It was fun time. And I don't know, I wouldn't do that normally. But yeah, and this is a volunteer that we had. What was his name again?
Gray Eagle.
Gray Eagle.
Gray
Marine.
Eagle. Oh yeah. And so he helped carry Jackie, and that's us like getting her all strapped in. There's like 2 behind there too, carrying her and that sort of stuff.
We if you go back for 1 second. So we broke the chest strap on the harness, so we were using this bandana
To, like,
in place
tie
of
it
an actual
together.
chest strap. So we had some technical difficulties, but
Until we
worked
sewed
through
it back on with dental floss.
Yes.
Yes,
We did that.
we were very adaptable. This is another volunteer, Sassafras. He was helping. He was like super tall. It was really cool. It was I don't know why. Maybe it's because he was sitting next to Phil. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Phil was the one we got all our frustration out on.
Yeah.
So we made fun of him the entire trip, and it helped us out a lot.
And this is Hopper right here. She's been hiking the trail for like a really long time. How long has she been hiking it, Jackie?
Oh, she started, I think, back in the early 2000s, and so she's done the whole thing through 3 times, and then what she does now is section hikes, is what it's called.
Yeah.
And the AT is about 2,200 miles. So
Yeah.
that gives you-
Yeah, it takes like 5 or 6 months or something to do the whole
So when we
thing.
get another team, she'll come back and hike with us again.
But she helped us do like the hike and stuff, and she kind of like gave us pointers and tips that otherwise we would have to find out on our own. Like even before we went out hiking, she had us go through all our stuff in front of her, and she'd be like, "You don't need that. You don't need that. Like don't take that. You only need like 1 pair of socks," or like it was crazy.
1 pair of underwear,
Yeah.
literally.
I really don't wanna talk
Not making that up.
I had Norts too. Don't worry, it was good.
I wore my gloves on my feet at night until I lost my gloves somehow.
Yeah.
And he wore his socks on his hands, too.
Yeah.
Oh, solid. Yeah, so this is our trip, and we learned a lot about overturning ableism and stuff too. Oh, we didn't even talk about that. We learned a lot about overturning like ableism and that type of stereotype and that sort of thing, because it's just like, not that we in the beginning saw Jackie as a disabled person, but just throughout the trip, it was just like she would share stories with us, and we just realized how amazing she is. Like I tell my friends it's like I was carrying like a little Yoda on my back, because she would just tell me all her life stories and then help me out with all my problems and that sort of stuff. And so we definitely just like went about overturning ableism and just hoping to push that forward.
So after the end of the semester, always be closing. We need more volunteers to go back
Look up Beyond Limits. I'll be
and
there.
talk to these 4 wonderful young people. I was the faculty, or what was I called? The learning partner. But I also participated fully. in
But
carrying.
also know, if you talk to Jackie, she's gonna make you write a reflection, because she's still on me about this.
So,
Anyway, that was our trip.
thanks.